Mount Vernon Bulldogs side. 6 carries for 9 yards. That's a shocker.
Well, and it is a shocker because they've got two running backs in the backfield that are averaging about 9 yards per carry this year.
And Markel has not gotten going. Good job by the Glacier Peak defense. Only 6 carries for 9 yards.
6 carries for 9 yards. So they're doing a good job holding them under that 1,000-yard mark.
Also, only 4 catches for Mount Vernon as we start the second quarter action now from the 50-yard line.
That's a flag. I think you're going to see a false start on that one.
Looks like, did Gibson take that by himself?
Oh, it's an offsides on Glacier Peak.
So they'll take the 5 yards. They'll give them the first down. From my angle, I couldn't see it. Gets him to the 45-yard line of Glacier Peak. First down.
Another one of those costly penalties. They give up the first down on it.
Well, and also 2 rhythm teams on offense. I mean, this kills you when you're stopping after every play for a flag.
Yes.
So you got to think they're going to try and get Adam West, their big-time wide receiver, has really not gotten involved. Again, for just joining us, we're up here live streaming from Mount Vernon High School. It is chilly out. The ball is probably a little difficult to catch, and we're kind of seeing that.
Well, apparently it's difficult to throw right now because it's been some inaccurate passes tonight.
1 interception on both sides of the ball. The Bulldogs, Bennett Gibson has 1 interception, and then the ensuing series he gave them right back.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're 7-0 Grizzlies. The difference is a hook and ladder touchdown for the Grizzlies.
Bennett Gibson now under center, and this is the formation we talked about, and they hand it to the up back. And that could be Micah Scott, number 45, getting his first carry.
I'm not exactly sure what happened on that play. It kind of looked like slow motion. I'm not sure if that was a broken play.
And as usual, Timmy Douglas is the last one getting pulled up out of the pile.
Look at Timmy out there. It looks like he's a 7th grader out there, but he doesn't play like it. I'm going to tell you that right now.
45, I believe that was Micah Scott on the carry. This is that formation.
That's a flag. That's probably going to be an illegal procedure there for the Bulldogs.
The snuggler. What did Coach Schweiker call this?
A sniffer
formation?
is what he called that formation.
This is the sniffer formation.
Problem with the sniffer formation, I'm sure the coach would agree, is they haven't practiced it much, and obviously they're getting a legal procedure on it right there.
11:28 in the second quarter. That pushes them back. Is going to be now 2nd and 13 at the Glacier Peak 48-yard line. Bulldogs really unable to get a good rhythm and a good. They've only got 1 first down.
I'm not sure who the center's going to hike that ball to right there, but he's ready to go.
This is again that same.
Oh, here's the
formation.
sniffer play. He calls it.
Gibson under quarterback. Now Markel fakes it. Back to passes. Goes deep on the left side. He's got 17 open, kind of, but overthrows him incomplete. That's
47 was kind of petitioning for a flag. Smeds, that was good coverage on Smeds.
Who was the intended receiver?
47.
That's 47, thank you. Austin Val, I apologize to his family if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So, weird game so far. It just stops and starts and stops and starts and leaves the Bulldogs here with 11:04.
Sometimes when you see these type of games, they break open in the second half. But, it isn't what I expected.
3rd and 13 now. Bennett Gibson back. He's got pressure.
18.
He's back. That's Marcus Hurd, who's been in his grill all night long. Finally takes the junior down for a huge loss for the Bulldogs.
He was all over him. He had nowhere to go. And it looks like Timmy Douglas was in there right with him, too.
It's going to push him back into Bulldog territory all the way back to the 42-yard line.
And look where he's got to go. He's got to go to the opposite. He's got to go to the 35-yard line of the other side.
Third and 23.
Yeah. It looks more than that.
People in motion. That's Freddie Martinez.
4th down.
Yeah, it is.
It's
4th and 23, and they're going to punt. Ooh, almost gets it blocked, but gets it away. as Trey Chambers
he
lets
gets
it roll.
one of those, another and bounce down there. Ugly punt, but they're getting 20 yards on that roll.
And that's
if I'm the special teams coach, I'm going to have to tell the Grizzlies to field that ball, call a fair catch, or take a shot at it.
Well, they have either turned it over on downs, punted, or threw an interception so far. So Coach Schweikert cannot be happy so far with the offensive performance for the Bulldogs.
No, and you could probably say the same for Glacier Peak. They just haven't been able to get it going right now either.
Okay, so 10:07 left. Glacier Peak up 7-0. They have a 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. Lenny back. Elledge in motion, fakes it. Now over to Elledge on the near side. Makes a cut. Hits the rope, and he's bounced out of bounds.
They still didn't get him off of his feet.
It's hard to get him off his feet. Number 43.
He ends up getting about, 7 or 8 yards on that play? Or did he get the first down?
He might have got the first down. Dillard Fiedler.
He did get the first down.
For the Bulldogs on the...
It's a great play by Elledge.
Nope, second down.
And 1.
Hands it off to Caribou on the left side. Breaks through, and he'll have enough for a first down. Gets it all the way up to the 28-yard line.
So this is Glacier Peak needs to keep doing that. You know, they like to get their first downs. They don't like to go deep and get their first downs on 3rd and 4th down. They like to kind of keep coming at you, first down after first down.
So 1st and 10 from their own 29, as you see Evan Nelson go in motion to the far side. We've got Elledge, Josh May, and Dalton Pittis on the near side wideout for Glacier Peak. Lenny's back to pass. Now going down, deep field left.
Overthrown.
It's going to be overthrown, everybody. Evan Nelson and also the Ruben Fortuna, who was on the coverage.
And I think Lenny's just a little bit off the mark tonight. He's had some overthrown balls. One overthrown ball cost him an interception, and that was about 10 yards overthrown on that one. So he's got to get into a little bit of better rhythm here. 2nd
and 10 now for the Grizzlies on their own 29-yard line. They're up 7-0 with 9:24 left to go in the second quarter. Lenny looking over, there's Evan Nelson, receives it at the 35 and gets about 5 more yards. He's taken down at the 40-yard line for a first down.
Well, and you said it. He did get about another 5 yards. That was enough for him to pick up the first down. It's a great play by the senior.
Richard Dalton on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Lenny now hands it off to Caribou. AK drives forward.
He got hit about 1 yard after the line of scrimmage, and he probably picked up 6 yards on that play.
They'll call him 2nd and 3 at the 47.
Yards. So good to see AK healthy.
Lenny. AK doing some work on the near side. Breaks through. Gets all the way down to the 33 or 34-yard line. Great burst. That's the old AK-47
That's what we've
burst.
been looking for. The Russian rifle is back.
Now you've been waiting all night to say that.
Been waiting for 2 weeks to say that.
That's
what are you
true.
talking
You were
about?
off last week.
That's right.
Bamba, on the play for the Bulldogs. Good job catching up with big AK-47. So 1st and 10 now at the 35. Caribou, 9 carries. Saw him make a beautiful catch last week against Terrace, but this one is incomplete.
That was actually a much better thrown ball for Lenny than we've been seeing tonight. So maybe he's going to get that rhythm back.
Caribou, AK-47, this is what we like to see. 9 carries, 117 yards, and we're still 8:38 left in the first half.
He's got a lot more to give tonight.
So 2nd and 10, Lenny's taken a couple shots deep down the field to Evan Nelson and Dalton Pittis, but incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the Bulldog 35. Fakes one way. Noah's not there. Well covered. Now Lenny in trouble. Fumbles the ball, and it's picked up and recovered by the Bulldogs.
And Lenny was carrying that like a basketball.
Junior Jacob Cerna, 5'11", 220 pounds. tackled the ball, Tim, and did a good job. Lenny was in trouble from the start.
Yeah, and that was a mistake by Lenny. He wasn't holding the ball correctly, and he should have just kind of tucked it in or took a knee. I'm not sure, but he'd like to have that one back.
So Mount Vernon gets it back with 8:31 left, down by 7 here in the second quarter. Now, Bennett Gibson in the shotgun gives it off to Markel, and he is rolled down by Austin Schmedrud. Smeds, we get to call his name for the first time. Gain of a couple.
And they're really making him work for those 1, 2, 3 yard gains he's getting. So it's going to be a long night for him. He's we got Adam West going in.
All right, so now a 2nd and 7 at their own 45. Again, 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Gibson goes over and it's dropped.
Should say incomplete.
Yeah, it is. Jordan Eliason was the, I guess, intended receiver. Just a little bubble screen there and just dropped the ball. It looks like they're having a hard time throwing and catching.
Well, on both sides they are. But I got to hand it to Glacier Peak's defensive line. They're really holding those running backs to 1, 2 yards a carry, and they're averaging 8, 9 yards a carry during the season. So
you can see
kudos to the D line of Glacier Peak.
See the big center up there, Jacob Cerna, number 55 for the Bulldogs, who recovered that fumble.
Where they have Timmy playing right now?
Timmy's on the left side.
Okay. It's a timeout.
Timeout, Mount Vernon.
Well, Mount Vernon's got to regroup a little bit.
3rd and 7 from their own 45-yard line. Interesting, Glacier Peak had a drive going. They had 3 first downs, started to get the mojo going, getting the rhythm, and then Lenny ran into trouble, fumbled the ball. Now the Bulldogs have a turn.
Yeah, and Lenny's having a little bit of an off gain, but Glacier Peak does run that risk-reward type offense, and that's going to happen. But worthy of note is, Glacier Peak's got 2 turnovers on downs, a fumble, and an interception, so they got to get it together here.
Glacier Peak defense, just talking about that, Tim, the big kids up front, and Timmy Douglas, who's not a big kid, but he has a big heart. They are the heralded running back, Markella Cody, now 7 carries with 12 yards.
Yeah,
and
so
we're
he's
7 minutes in the second quarter.
He's averaging about, 1.5 yards a carry or something. He's almost at 9 on the season, so great playing by Glacier Peak up on the line.
Their rushing defense now averaged 3.8 yards per carry on the season, was around 2.3. But got to hand it to the GP defensive line right now. They're doing a good job with these big fellas. Back to action now. 3rd and 7 from their own 45. Bennett Gibson fakes the pass. Now he's going deep down the right sideline. He's got Adam there. Somebody caught it. Who caught it? They're still
They're
wrestling.
Giving it to him. Well, Ellis is saying he caught
comes
it.
up with the ball.
No, they're giving it. They're saying Glacier Peak's got it. It was a wrestling match there.
They're saying the Bulldogs have it.
I know. They're saying the
West.
Bulldogs have it, but Elledge ended up coming out of the pile with it. They both kind of were fighting for it, and to the runner, for lack of a better term.
Well, we've been waiting all night for Gibson to go to Adam West. He hung one out there.
I need to see that again in the highlight reel because it looks like they came down fighting for it.
Well, that takes them all the way to the 21, 1st and 10. Big play for the Bulldogs. Fakes the handoff, now goes over the middle. It's caught all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Number 35.
And that's Evan Replier. 6'6", 225 junior. I thought I saw a tall kid when we were warming up down there.
He is a big kid. They kind of have him playing like a tight end.
Call him at the 6-yard line. Now 1st and goal. Hands off to the halfback, Cody. Hit hard by Eli Whipple.
Eli Whipple. Scott, did somebody squeeze the Charmin? Because Eli Whipple's all over that guy.
They're just too cheesy, man. It's just too cheesy.
I wonder if his grandpa was the Charmin guy.
I wonder. Gain of 2 for Cody.
Great hit by Eli, though.
So 2nd and goal now, Mount Vernon. Plenty of time. 7 minutes left. They're down by a touchdown here in the second quarter. Now pitches to Cody. He makes one guy, but now he's not going to get away from Sean Elledge, the wrestler. pins him down for a loss.
The wrestler's pissed off because he didn't get that ball. They didn't give him an interception on that last play.
I think they're going to give him I think no gain is what they're going to give him. He actually probably got a loss.
3rd and 4. Now this is a big 3rd down coming up.
Big 3rd and goal for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. Best chance tonight they've had to score. Down 7-0. Mike Cody now to the left side. He's not going to make it. And Marcus Hurd, a great job of pursuing.
Probably 2-yard gain on that play.
And the first time we get to call out Nathan
What are they going to
Bussing.
do? They're staring at 4th and 2. Do they want to just get some points on the board, or are they just going to gamble?
We'll see.
Problem is Glacier Peak's been holding them to these. They're probably going to take a timeout and think about it. Nope, they're
5:54 clock ticking again for Glacier Peak defense.
They're going for it, folks. Oh, they're doing the sniffer play too.
They pitch it to Cody. He gets through. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Found a tiny little crack on the right side and punches it in with 5:41 to make it probably even after the field goal attempt afterwards. PAT 7-7.
Well, and unfortunately, Glacier Peak's been holding him to that like 2 yards per carry, but that's all he needed was 2 yards. So,
well, it's been a tough time for Markel, but he finally got to the end zone on that one.
And when on the Glacier Peak sideline on that catch that Sean Elledge thought he had an interception on, they were all screaming that Elledge had the interception.
Cody Patrick on to attempt the extra point. The captain for the Bulldogs taking the... Oh. They're going to call it dead before the play. I think that's going to be a
legal proceed. Oh, they time out?
What could he possibly be thinking about? Did they not have enough players on there?
They called, it was Mount Vernon timeout.
So, 5:41 left to go in the second quarter. It looks like if they make the extra point, which you never know in high school football.
It's never a gimme.
The big play on that drive, the 50-yard or 40-yard pass down the right sideline where it was a jump ball. Elledge and Adam West went up for it. Elledge actually pops out of the ground with the ball, but they called it a reception for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think on those they tend to favor the receiver on that. And it looked to me like they both kind of came down with it. Elledge obviously being the stronger kid fought through it and came out of the pile with it, but and again, the Glacier Peak sideline, they were all screaming that it was an interception.
Well, Adam West adds to his already 600 yards receiving coming into tonight. You see him come out for, again, the extra point attempt. Cody Patrick for the Bulldogs on to try and pull this one at dead even, 7-7. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it is through the uprights over the end zone cameraman, and we are all tied up 7-7.
Okay, so right now the difference in the game is you got a hook and ladder play, and then you got a controversial 50-yard reception by Adam West.
So we're back kind of at even here. We'll see what Glacier Peak, the last couple drives, Tim, had a fumble on the last one. David Lenny driving down, got all the way to the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs before he coughed it up there. And then other than that, the big touchdown early in the first quarter, it's been turnover on downs and punts.
Yeah, turnovers, punts, interception, fumble.
We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast on STSPN. Again, rushing, Glacier Peak doing a good job. Markella Cody punched in got to the end zone with a 4-yard carry there to even it up, but 14 carries, only 13 yards for the Bulldogs.
Well, not for that big play on that reception. Glacier Peak's doing a really good job of holding them to those 2 yards per carry.
Passing, 6 passes for 104 yards for the Bulldogs. Dylan Fiedler looks like he's about to kick it off, and he does, deep to Caribou back there, where he's going to have to do a touchback now.
They don't let them run it out of the end zone in high school, so
they'll start from their 20-yard line. Plenty of time. 5:40 left, tied up 7-7 in the second quarter.
Well, 5:40 for either one of these teams. It's they run that no huddle spread, so we could see Glacier Peak have it 2 or 3 more times.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by all our good friends around your screen. Dynamic Diesel Service and Repair in downtown Snohomish. Mongo's on Clearview on Highway 9. Great food. Stop in and see Chris and Shannon as we start action here. David Lenny hands it off to Caribou on the left side. Got some room. Nice pickup of 4 for AK-47. Zach Oliver on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
You know what? AK's limping back there. He's going to have to come out of the game, and that's they're keeping him in the game, but it looks like he's favoring that, looks like his right leg or right ankle.
2nd and 6. Lenny now passes. It's caught over the middle at the 30-yard line for a first down, and that's Josh May on the reception, Cody Patrick on the coverage.
I'm going to kind of keep my eye on AK because you don't want him coming out of the game. He's obviously been the difference in this game right now with the touchdown and all those yards rushing.
Evan Nelson now on the near side. They're going to hand it off to Elledge on the far side. Makes a cut. Grabs a nice 5-6 yard run there by Elledge all the way across the field for 2nd and about 5. Gets up to the 36-yard line for Glacier Peak. 4:45 left. Tie ball game, 7-7. David Lenny, the senior quarterback, rolls to his right. Now he throws. Incomplete, intended for Josh May with Mackenzie Jones on the coverage. Lenny just a hair off tonight.
He is off tonight, and hopefully if he warms up, maybe the second half he'll get that rhythm going. But he's just not quite finding his receivers, and that's the difference in this ball game right now.
Doing a good job as the offensive line protecting Lenny. They've got him rolled out, and he sits now at 3rd and 5 on his own 36. Elledge in motion. Fakes now. He's got pressure. Over to Evan Nelson. He jabs one way, now goes downfield. Breaks the tackle. Crosses the mid-stripe. Breaks another one. Now cuts in the middle. Solani leads him in the dust. He's over 42.
Oh, no. There's a flag down here.
Evan Nelson, and he gets down to the 1 yard line.
No, he got in the... And we got an injured player. I don't know what happened, but there's certainly a flag down here.
Seosi, number 1 down. You're seeing him in his screen. Coach Schweikert loves this kid. He has had 2 knee surgeries coming into this year, and he has fought back. They said every time he gets on the field, it's just an amazing feat for this kid. Hope he is okay. He's just a junior.
I didn't see that. I saw the flag come right out. Didn't see the hit, but 99% of the time when you get a penalty right there, it's some type of illegal block in the back or something of that nature.
As they attend to Siasi, and I hope I'm...
we keep talking about this, Scott, is these penalties for Glacier Peak, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go against Glacier Peak. They haven't indicated yet, but they're just costly. This one's going to cost them a touchdown.
Well, they have them marked down at about the 2 yard line. You cannot
you're
see
right.
in
They
your
do
screen.
have them, but it's going to cost them a big gain nonetheless. They'd have it deep in the red zone.
We don't know. Have we seen an official give
No,
the penalty?
they're talking about it. And again, this year, this year and last year, the officials seem to gather up and talk about these penalties for 2 or 3 minutes.
Right.
But, you talked about number 1 here having all these had like 3 knee surgeries already, and it looks like it was his knee on this play.
Well, Evan Nelson, they started that at their own 36 as we see Siasi getting helped off. Again, it looks like his knee, and the kid, again, has had 2 knee surgeries coming into tonight.
I still didn't see what the penalty was, but it looks like it's going to be 10 yards from where that flag came, so some type of illegal block in the back.
The officials sorting it out.
It is, and that's a costly penalty. That's a 45-yard penalty.
That's more.
Yeah.
That's around a 60. First down for Glacier Peak.
Well, they're spotting it at the 46, and he's going to have it at the 2.
They started that play at their own 36-yard line.
And that's a bummer because that was a great run by Evan Nelson. He was cutting all over the place, kind of looked like Barry Sanders the way he was going east and west.
He was a pinball and a pinball machine, cutting left and right. But David Lenny, nonetheless, is 4-13, 7-7 tie, 1st and 10 on now Bulldogs territory, 44 as he looks back to pass. Now he's got time. Rolling left, big 69, going to get him. He tucks it, and they do. Blake Allen with the sack, the big senior, 6'2", 225-pounder, caught up with David Lenny.
Well, now, they're going to give him forward, they give him forward progress, so it wasn't as bad as it looked like. But at least it's a heads-up play by Lenny not to lose the ball.
Already lost one on trying to scramble, lost a fumble earlier in the first quarter.
So he lost 5 on that.
They're only going to lose 5. He sits at 2nd and 15 on now the Bulldog 49. Takes it himself up the middle. He's got plenty of room. Makes one guy, but nice open field stick by the Bulldogs.
That was a great tackle. Lenny
Cody Patrick. Sorry, Tim.
I think Lenny thought he was going to kind of run him over, but he went nowhere. He got back about 7 yards of that, though.
Leaves him 3rd and a long 9. They're even saying 3rd and 10 on the scoreboard. Looked like he had a lot of room, just couldn't quite get loose of Cody Patrick. So Lenny fakes the handoff. Now he looks to pass. There's Blake Allen in his face again. He just chucks it up.
There's a flag over here, though. It might be
incomplete, by the way.
It might be a defensive holding where that flag is thrown.
See if they'll sort it out. 2:43 left in the second quarter. Tons of penalties.
It's an illegal. I think that's an illegal man downfield. Is what that is. That's going against the Grizzlies. So
is it a loss of down?
It's probably gonna. They're probably gonna decline it and make it 4th down. Penalties declined.
It is declined. 4th down leaves it 4th and 10 at the Bulldog 44-yard line.
And they're going to punt from there? It looks like they're set up to punt from this is a spot where you don't see Glacier Peak punt from very rarely. I'm actually quite surprised they're punting this ball.
Smeds, now he fakes it. He looks to pass it, gets it ready, but it's intercepted by the Bulldogs, crossing the 50 down the sideline, and Marcus Hurd has to take him out. Jordan Pullen for the Bulldogs on the interception.
There is a flag on the play back here, though, and it's kind of right where Smeds threw the ball, so I'm not sure what they're going to come up with on that.
Well, Smeds was dead to right. Again, Blake Allen in his grill, running to the near sideline, had to just get rid of it, and it was not a great ball. And Jordan Pullen got in front of it.
No, and I don't
interception.
think he fooled anybody. He didn't fool us. Couldn't see him punting from that spot, and obviously Mount Vernon didn't buy it either.
So this could give
that's
the Bulldogs.
Hold. That's a hold on, but I'm not. I think that's probably after the interception.
Sorting it out now is the officials, as we've become accustomed to watching high school football here in the Wesco League.
That would have had to have happened before he threw that ball for it to be a 1st down. Defensive holding's an automatic 1st down. However, it would have to be before he threw that ball. Otherwise, it's going to be Mount Vernon ball.
Well, while they sort that out, I want to remind everybody to go to SnohomishTimes.com for all your sports prep 3A Wesco action. You'll see articles by yours truly and my partner here, Tim Boyle, on Grizzly football. We'll have post-game article tomorrow on this game. We had a game day today. All your local news, weather, anything you want, SnohomishTimes.com. Check it out. I know it's the first thing you look at every morning, Mr. Boyle.
Absolutely. It's my favorite website.
So the holding on Mount Vernon, as it looks like the defensive... it says 1st down, Glacier Peak.
1st down, Glacier Peak? So it obviously happened before Smeds got that ball off. Well, if you can hear the Mount Vernon crowd, they're not happy about that at all.
A lot of boos coming from the stands, understandably so. They're not happy. Their Bulldogs
look where the ball's going. Look where they're putting the ball.
This is going to really screw up my drive sheet here.
That looks like it.
So a huge penalty on the Bulldogs gives Glacier Peak another life with 2:33 left.
Look how far down. It looked like it was like a 15-yard type of holding.
We're all tied up, 7-7. Want to welcome anybody who's new to STSPN. You're watching Glacier Peak football as the officials now walk out into your picture after describing what just happened to coach of the Bulldogs, Jackson Schweikert.
I think Jackson's complaining about the spot, and I'm not, quite frankly, I'm not sure about it either, because that's a defensive holding is not a 15-yard penalty.
And they're blowing the whistle once again.
Because I think they're going to talk it over on that where they're spotting that ball.
Well, Jackson Schweikert, the coach of the Bulldogs of Mount Vernon, is hot. He comes over. I don't know if he's saying you better calm down or not. You can hear the crowd.
The crowd is. You got the homecoming crowd, and
got Bulldog coaches in the booth next to us. They're
not happy about it either.
Understandably not happy. They are hooting and hollering. Head umpire now jogging out to the field.
Defensive holding typically is a 5-yard penalty, an automatic first down for the offense. Unlike an offensive holding is typically a 10-yard from the spot of the foul. So I'm not sure what they're calling
Well, he just tells them to start the clock. 2:33 left in the second quarter, 7-7. David Linney, the quarterback, 1st and 10. 33, goes deep down the near sideline. Elledge is open, catches it at the 10 in. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Sean Elledge, welcome to the touchdown column.
The wrestler is back. And we talked about this earlier that we're looking for him to have a big game. He's been kind of shut out of the end zone. And a great heads-up play by Elledge.
He had a step on Richard Dutton for the Bulldogs in green and took it to the house for the touchdown.
How costly is that holding penalty?
Huge.
Well, 7 points.
Sean Elledge, his 6th touchdown on the year. Corwin gets the extra point to go through the uprights, and we are now Glacier Peak 14, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs 7 with 2:26 left in the second quarter. The guys in stripes playing a huge part of this first half, Tim.
Well, absolutely. And Elledge had that other big return where he gained about 40 yards on it, and it got called back by the penalty. And same with Evan Nelson, had that huge gain that got called back by the penalty. Well, now here we actually benefit from a strange penalty, and to our benefit, we have 7 more points on the board.
Well, an old friend, Linney to Elledge for a 33-yard pass, touchdown reception for Sean Elledge.
Reminiscent of Zorn and Largent.
Linney looked like he hit the mark on that one. Again, Dalton had decent coverage. Elledge just had really just one step on him. He put it right where he had to.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to be difficult tackling Elledge down one-on-one down there.
So that makes it 14-7, Glacier Peak. Again, 2:26 left. Things starting to heat up here at the end of the second quarter.
And they got Corwin. They kind of switch off who's kicking that ball. Sometimes they use Linney, sometimes they use Corwin.
Adam West and Zach Bamba, but he'll go to the up man and he will just do the dive. Number 11, Andrew Rusin, the backup quarterback.
Sometimes you think they just want to, they're like surprised to get it and they want to run it out, but I think the coaches tell them they just got to dive on that.
Well, it's probably smart, actually. 2:22 left. They've got plenty of time in their spread, no-huddle offense to get some things going here. So the junior, Bennett Gibson, the quarterback for the boys in green. The Bulldog takes it, throws it over to Adam West. He gets it, gain of 2 or 3 Timmy Douglas in there for Glacier Peak on the tackle, along with Trey Chambers.
Yeah, not much on the quick screen pass there. And again, that defensive line is being very frugal up front, not letting much go through.
Giving him a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Gibson rolling to the near side, now finds an open West. He got it at the 50, now he's put on the burners. Tangled down finally to the 30-yard line by Brendan Hershey and Trey Chambers.
And Adam West wants a flag for face mask too. He's petitioning, and the ref's saying it too. Well, they're not giving it to him, but
Jackson Schweikert probably trying to help the guys out. Said, "Hey guys, you got to give me one."
Yeah, he's saying, "Throw me a bone."
Big first down all the way to the 31 of Glacier Peak. Bennett Gibson now in business. Rolls right. Markel stays back. He's caught again by Adam West all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, they're playing that hurry-up offense. That's the type of offense maybe they should have been playing the whole game.
Trey Chambers
minute
on the
37
coverage.
left in the half, and they're trying to do that hurry-up, and it's paying off for them.
Mount Vernon down by a touchdown. Glacier Peak up 14-7 left in the quarter if you're just joining us on STSPN.com.
And what we didn't talk about earlier, those last couple of passes, you really got to see Adam West's speed. Might be the fastest guy on the field.
Gibson now fakes it. Now hands off, but that was a poor decision as Neil Drewliner and the crew waiting for Mr. Akoti. And we'll see if they even give him back to the line of scrimmage. Big Carson Call, 72. The junior, 6'2",
Yeah, and they closed in on that in a hurry.
105, clock
Again,
ticking.
they're keeping him down to that 1-2 yards a carry up there.
Fourth play of the drive. Now rolling to the near side. Overthrows Adam West. Had him open.
He did have him open, and that's really kind of like the first big mistake we've seen out of the quarterback. He had him open. He should have been able to complete that.
Always a tough throw, rolling left and throwing when you're right-handed, but he had Adam West open. Number 23 in the green jerseys for the Bulldogs. Their rock star coming into tonight was 600 yards and 31 catches, and he added to that tonight.
Big third down, 3rd and 12 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Adam West now 9 for 16, 152 yards. Rolls left again. Nice block. Goes to the end of Adam West. There's going to be a flag on Hershey probably.
Yep, that's going to be pass interference, no doubt about it.
As the two youngsters kind of had some words as they walked away. Brandon Hershey, the senior, on good coverage. Really, I don't know who would have caught that ball, Tim.
Well, regardless, he was all over him before the ball came, so you got to throw the flag.
So that's going to leave him, well, right now it was 3rd and 12. We'll see if they sort this out. The guys in stripes getting a lot of work tonight. Holding on Glacier Peak.
Defensive holding is what he's calling. I thought it was pass interference, but
Bulldog
net result is going to be a first down.
Mount Vernon fans clapping now. They like that call. So that's going to be probably half the distance to the goal, Tim.
It's on the 21-yard line.
They're taking it. Looks like they're going to spot it about the 10-yard line. 3rd and inches. Ron Henthorst, the spotter, saying.
Well, I guess defensive holding isn't an automatic first down.
Keep in mind, 51 seconds left. 3rd down and very short yardage. Probably Markel. He fakes to Markel, goes over the top,
Incomplete.
Almost caught, but not caught.
He threw it right to him.
Number 35, Evan Repleer.
Showing 4th and 2, Scott.
He had a touchdown. Couldn't hold on to the rock.
4th and 2, and there's only 48 seconds left. So time won't be a factor. They have plenty of time to get it in there.
Timeout for Mount Vernon here with 48 seconds left. Again, knocking at the door to tie this up going into halftime.
And they'll use their final timeout on that play. Glacier Peak, if you're wondering, has 3 timeouts left, so if they got the ball back, you might see him try to march down the field.
Looking to see how many yards Adam West has tonight. Adam West, 5 receptions for 114 yards, Mr. Boyle.
Well, that's pretty indicative of what he's been doing on the season so far.
As advertised. So let's see if Bennett Gibson can lead the Bulldogs here to another score. Would give them big momentum going into halftime.
Well, I'm curious if they're going to kick a field goal, if they're going to go for it, or...
Well, I thought that he faked it to Markello Cody, who, again, is a touchdown machine. He has 15 coming into tonight, 16
no, he's 16
now.
Yeah, 16. He's got 1 tonight. But how many yards does he have? He's only got 17 yards on 12 carries, so, averaging less than 1.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, a few big plays have really carried the Bulldogs. Same thing with Glacier Peak. Just heard a loud bounce. Here's Gibson. Fakes again the handoff. He's got trouble, and he gets sacked all the way back, and it was Quentin Dunbar getting there first to the 22-yard line. Huge defensive play by the Grizzlies.
And that's exactly what the Bulldogs didn't want. Now they're wishing obviously they would have kicked a field goal, but the problem is now you give Glacier Peak the ball, and they got 3 timeouts left. Let's see what Rowe does with this.
See if they... He's going to take a shot down the field. Again, 43 seconds left. Second quarter action almost done here going into halftime. 1st and 10 now for Glacier Peak at their own 20. Linney fakes the pass. Now he hands it off to Caribou up the middle. Cuts through. Gets end over end. Tackle and down all the way to the 33-yard line.
Well, the first down's going to stop the clock, so they're going to have time to regroup. And, now for sure I think you're going to see Rowe trying to get some points on the board before he goes in. 36 seconds left.
Timeout for the Grizzlies. I don't know how Caribou's legs were feeling before that. We saw him kind of limping earlier, but the tackle there could have helped.
He kind of got taken out at the legs there, but AK-47's tough.
Not sure who I missed, who tackled him on that for the Bulldogs. Great open field tackle. Also try and get some information for the Bulldog fans on number 1, Siosi, who went down in the second quarter. Their junior free safety cornerback. Looked like he might have some more knee trouble. So Coach Rowe and the boys trying to figure out what they're going to do, Tim.
Well, they got about 67 yards to go and about 36 seconds to do it. That's actually plenty of time because, remember, the clock stops on the first downs temporarily, so it's not a world of time, but it's certainly not out of the realm of possibilities.
1st and 10 from the 33. Linney back to pass. Now he's got Blake. Dumps it off to Elledge down the far sideline. Gets out of bounds around the 45.
Good heads-up play to get out of bounds there. Stop the clock. Picks up the first down, so he does everything you need right there.
29 ticks left on the clock, ending the second quarter.
And Elledge is kind of quietly having himself a big game tonight.
We talked about it. We thought about it.
We'll talk to you. We'll in just a few seconds when the half is over. We'll go over the stats with you.
Evan Nelson on the near side receiver. He's matched up with Zamba. Zamba giving him quite a bit of room as Linney goes back to pass. Now he's got some traffic. He passes. There's a flag. It's complete to Pittis at the 45 of the Bulldogs, and he's put out of bounds around the 43.
Well, the flag, where that flag is thrown, it's typically a holding. That's probably a holding on Glacier Peak. So we'll see what they're going to say here. Illegal man downfield.
On Glacier Peak, 22 seconds now left in the second quarter. Linney starting to get heated up, getting some good short passes under his belt, looking more like the David Linney we've seen all season.
Well, Rowe's actually out on the field. I don't think he likes the call. He doesn't like something. The Bulldog fans are liking the call, though.
Homecoming here tonight, Tim, for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. Lots of activities and festivities. We'll see what's happening. We got the band already on the field waiting to get on for the halftime show.
-5.
So that's going to push them back to the 39-yard line. Leave them a lot of green grass to get to a first down here. 1st and 15 at their own 39. Again, Josh May, Elledge, and Evan Nelson on the near side. Now a little more bump and run coverage. Adam Scott, they dump it off to Caribou. He's to the middle, to the 50. Now he reaches outside and is tackled, but gets into Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line.
Did he get the first down on that?
He did not.
He did not get the first down, so the clock's going to run. They got to take a timeout.
Good job by Mackenzie Jones, number 33, on a tackle of AK-47.
Well, it looks like he's got plenty of speed. You know, we're not sure about his ankle, but looks like he's got plenty of bursts of speed when he's getting that ball.
Timeout again for Glacier Peak. I believe that's their last one.
No, they got one left.
They have one left?
Yep.
Well, I was incorrect, Tim.
Well, that's what I'm here for, Scott.
Thank goodness. So, crazy first half. Glacier Peak up 14-7, 11 seconds left. The ball is on the Bulldog 48-yard line.
So, realistically, you got one play. You may squeak out two plays. If they can do a quick pass, get it out of bounds, they might be able to get two plays out of this. But they do have a timeout, so...
They added a couple seconds. They added put a second and a half on the clock, now at 12.5. Also want to tell our viewers, we understand the video's a little choppy tonight. Out here in beautiful Mount Vernon, we were only able to get a 3G connection. Usually we have a 4G. And what that means is clear video versus choppy video. So we apologize for that as we're back to the last seconds here of the second quarter. David Linney now rolls to his left. Got Caribou to block. Goes over, underthrown, but I think it's incomplete. Intended to Dalton Pittis. That'll stop the clock with 7.2.
Well, that's going to... Now they're going to have one shot to get it in.
Incomplete. Just left that one a little short. Not sure if he would have caught that, he could have gotten out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Well, about 7 seconds left on the clock, so they're going to have to go for the Hail Mary type of play.
Again, one of his favorite targets, Evan Nelson on the near side here with Josh May. Evan goes the deep. He's got Blake Allen,
he
almost
slips
gets
out of
Lenny. Now he dumps it off. It's incomplete off the fingertips of Josh May with 3.3
seconds. Well, hey, that's enough to run the play.
Blake Allen, big number 69 for the Bulldogs, has been in the backfield all night long, Mr. Boyle.
He has, and it's a great play by Linney to actually slip that tackle. Looked for sure like he was going to be sacked.
Their last timeout.
Oh, they are calling a timeout. Okay. Well, they may as well. With 0.3 seconds, they're not going to get to use it after that.
Well, David Linney is 6 for 16 for 94 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception tonight. He looks like he's getting a little hotter, but had some off throws. That one off the fingertips of Josh May.
Well, we're going to get to see his throw here because he's probably going to be shooting for the end zone here.
But
what they may do too is they've done this before is they do like a 20-yarder to like Elledge or Evan Nelson, and then they hope that they can like do some squirming and worming around and getting into the end zone.
Now they've already used the hook and ladder, so this is the first perfect time. Alex Caribou had been carrying the big load here. 11 carries, 135 yards, and 1 touchdown. Also, Mr. Elledge got his 6th touchdown of the night with a great 33-yard reception here in the second quarter. Looks like the Grizzlies are back on the field. Same with the guys in green from Mount Vernon. Linney, empty set, 3.3. This will do it for the first half. Linney now going to take it up front, takes some words, now throws it. Not a great ball up for grabs, and it's knocked down.
It almost fell into Elledge's hands as he was running by. I don't know if you saw that or not, but that'll do it for the first half.